And that is Ferocious, brand new on Hot Radio from the Hat's Lunchbox. And in the studio with me today, just random guest. No, he's not a random guest. He's the main man. He is Ryan from RPM. I'll let you introduce yourself, Ryan, actually. I've just told him that you're from RPM. Do you want to emphasise on that and enlarge that a little bit more?
Yeah, hi Martin. Yeah, so it's Ryan here from RPM Valeting and Detailing.
Yes.
A mobile valeting and detailing service that I run in around Bournemouth Pool and the whole Dorset region.
Not just a mobile though, is it really? It's a bit of a prestige.
Absolutely.
You've done a car that I had, and I mean it looked like just come out of the showroom. Couple of little dinks in it, obviously, that happens. So how long have you been doing this then, Ryan?
The business has been running just over a year, but I've been looking after cars now for probably
very busy though, aren't you?
Over 10 years. I've been doing cars, but it's been a really, really busy start to the year, which has been fantastic for January. A good start. Hopefully that's going to continue to build.
And you're busy all year round, are you?
Pretty much,
must be, really.
Yeah. I mean,
everyone's got a car, haven't they?
Absolutely. It does go seasonal to a degree.
Yeah.
Obviously, when people are away in the summer on holiday and such like, it can go a little bit quieter. But
so how do you work out how do you schedule your day? Because like some cars could take longer than others and stuff like that. So do you allocate a certain amount of time per car? Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah, you have to allocate the time to the service that the customer's booked. Sometimes, obviously,
suss out the car first.
You try to
take me all day.
Yeah, on the bigger cars or the bigger jobs, you try and see the car before you do the work to try and plan that out. But more often than not, most of the jobs that come in are booked based on what the customer thinks they need or what they'd like to go for or what they can budget for. Yeah,
that's true. And you work with budgets as well, then, do you?
Yeah,
brilliant.
Absolutely. So I've got a full menu of services, but any of those can be tailored to the customer's budget or requirements, whatever's needed.
We'll come to that in a moment. I'm going to ask you about all your details, how people can get in touch with you and book you, because you're pre-booked up though, aren't you? Yep. How long's your waiting list at the moment, just out of interest?
Normally booking a couple of weeks in advance.
Brilliant. Okay, yeah.
As a rule of thumb, and then there are some forward bookings for later in February and March.
Priority bookings for Hot Radio DJs we're involved, really. Can squeeze my it's getting dirty. I'm going to go off-roading it and make it even worse. And you're based in the Bournemouth area as well, aren't you?
Yes, that's right.
Handy,
really.
Yeah. And do you travel to people's place? Obviously you do today,
yes.
Didn't you?
No, I travel all over the area really, depending what's needed. So I can travel to most of the work I do is at people's houses.
Yeah.
So I come to your house, or I can come to your place of work.
Or they can drop the car off at your place.
Or they can drop the car off to my place, with prior arrangement. So
brilliant.
there's a few options really. But most of the work that I do is out and about mobile. That's mainly for convenience for people. They can carry on with their weekend while I do the car, not have to worry.
So you do it. You work around people, which is brilliant.
Absolutely,
That's great.
Yeah, and the same at work. If you want me to come out to your place of work, you can be busy working and not have to worry about having to take your car somewhere at the weekend, which is eating into your own time.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Obviously all your prices and your what services and everything are on your website.
That's right.
On your Facebook page.
Yes.
Do you want to give us a little indication of what those are?
So the website is rpmvdd.co.uk.
Yeah.
And then you can find me on Facebook and Instagram as well. The handle for that is rpmvdd.
Right, so
basically
nice and easy. They can find you on the RPM and then they'll realise it's a valeting service, because there probably are other RPMs, aren't there?
There is, absolutely. Or if you just go onto Google and type in RPM Valeting, then the details will come up as well.
You're on the top.
That's it.
That's brilliant. Right, okay, so what are your thoughts on all of these little sort of car wash valeting things popping up everywhere in an empty space somewhere like that?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on those? Some of them are quite good, some of them aren't. Some of them are handy if you've got a dirty car and you just want to get washed. Because I think car washes in garages are becoming obsolete now, aren't they? Or they never work, do they?
The automatic ones.
Yeah, they never work.
If they're not working, you've had it. But yeah, they do work. They serve a purpose, but they're not gonna give the car a deep clean. They're not gonna get into all the nooks and crannies and crevices that I'd clean really.
And you give it a full on seeing to, don't you, in that car?
Yeah, definitely. I mean the drive in, drive out type places on the street corners. Again, they've got their place. Don't get me wrong, but
it's competition.
It's competition. If you're working to a budget, and your car is just an A to B tool, then absolutely,
if you want the full showroom, full show. So, I mean, yours come out pretty much showroom, don't they? Really?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, even for what I call a maintenance wash, which is your standard regular valet inside and out. Even doing that correctly, using the right products. in the right way can really make a difference to the finish of the car.
And you brought some of the products in with you, haven't you?
I have, yeah.
For me.
For you, Martyn, yeah.
Lovely. Well, it makes a change. People normally bring food in. So I've got some car products. Can't really eat any of those. So what are we looking at for that? So what have you got there? Just to give us a rough idea quickly.
Yeah. So these are some little samples. These are from Mortarbright Direct, which is the primary supplier of products that I use to carry out the work. So yeah, you've got a bottle of air freshener there, so you can spritz that in your car.
Nice. I might spritz it around the hot radio studio.
Yeah, absolutely. And some leather cleaner and some glass cleaner there for you, just to keep your car looking tip top in between.
And a couple of cheeky key rings.
Yeah, some nice little leather key rings there, and some lanyards. Yeah,
nice, love it. Well, brilliant, mate. Thanks. Is there anything else you'd like to plug and mention about the RPM? Because obviously you got the freedom of the radio.
No, absolutely. Yeah, really, it's just just to say, if people are looking for your car to be done, people think, well, actually this time of year, I'll let it go and the roads are salty, but salt is salt. It's going to damage your car, so it's worth keeping it clean.
Tomorrow, Ryan. Snow.
Possibly, yeah.
All over your nice, clean.
I'll have to get my snow shovel out.
That's always a nightmare, isn't it? It always happens when you get your car valeted or cleaned. It rains the next day, doesn't it?
Yeah. No,
but
absolutely.
When you did my car, it rained, but it was still the same the next day when it was dry. It was just you must obviously use some sort of special ingredient
some sort of voodoo stuff.
Some sort of voodoo wicked. Well, look, let's have a plug again for how to get hold of you.
Yeah, so it's rpmvdd.co.uk, and then you can find me on Facebook and Instagram under RPMVDD as well, really. So the services that I run, it's not just washing your car.
No,
it's
it's not.
It's reviving, protecting, and maintaining your car, which is what the RPM stands for. So we can do everything from restoration work right up through to protect it, and then look after it moving forward. So the whole end-to-end thing, really, and it doesn't have to be everything. I can just do the standard stuff for
anything
people
that anyone wants. Really.
That's right.
If you just want the wheels doing, you'll just do the wheels.
Well, can do.
Or something like
I can do.
Or, I thought RPM stood for something else.
Okay.
Revs per minute.
Well,
there's me.
It does also stand for that as well. There's three things actually, and the third thing is the initials. So it's my name. R is Ryan. P is Pippa, my wife, and M is Max, my son.
Liking your style,
so it's got the family connection
Ryan,
as well,
liking your style.
Yeah.
Is there anyone do you want to say hello to those people
just
today?
say hi to all my friends and family, and obviously all my customers that are out there. Thanks for your continued support, and look forward to growing the business more this year, and some association with Hot Radio as well.
Well, I was just going to say that we're going to be getting associated with you, Ryan, and we love your work, and it's been really nice dragging you straight in off the forecourt into the studio, mate. Ryan from RPM. Don't forget, if you want to get in touch, all the details. Let's have it again, because there are people that probably I didn't write it down. Just go to RPM Valeting on Google, or if you want a real detailed information about the website and everything else. Ryan's going to say it quickly now before I go into a break.
It's rpmvdd.co.uk.
Thank you very much, Ryan.
Thanks, Martyn.
And I'm looking forward to a nice shiny car now, aren't I?